is We Talk Weekly's After the Talk, man. When I tell you, look, I've been talking all day. I usually ask y'all how was y'all day and stuff like that. But when I tell you my day was crazy, I need to talk about my day just a little bit.
Right.
My day was nuts today, man. You know what I'm saying? When you had those 9 to 5, sometimes it stress you out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You know? That's why we got to keep doing We Talk Weekly. And push through.
Yeah, so we can talk daily.
Yeah, push through so we can talk daily, pun intended.
Yes,
we got this. We have an interview today that I'm super excited about, man. She's going to talk to you a little bit about push through. And some of the things that she's doing on Black Girl Magic, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Lady Esther, how was your day?
Crazy. I usually have a good day, but my day started off rough. People started getting on my nerves first thing in the a.m.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of them days. But I pushed through.
You pushed through. There you go. I like that. What's up, Sizzle? What about you?
Mm-hmm. I had you know what? My day started off. It started off all right, but then it got a little crazy at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like my day always knows when it's about to come to an end, so it just goes in.
No doubt.
Like I'm about to go in.
I know all the way in.
Yes.
I know that's right. So we got some Sizzle today. We got some good news. But what we got today?
We got the Sizzle.
We got the Sizzle. We got any boring stuff? We talking something boring today? Yes, no. I mean, I'm just saying. You thinking about it? I mean, yes, no.
You mean
if you say no,
love and relationships?
Yeah, I mean, if not, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Good. So she ain't saying nothing about. So that's good.
We can always throw some love and relationships into the mix.
Yeah, we always do that. So check this out, y'all. I don't want y'all to go anywhere, man. This is We Talk Weekly's After the Talk, and we got some good stuff. So, lady, what we got coming up right now? What music?
We got. I always mess her name up. Janae.
Aiko.
While we're young.
All right, no doubt. While we're young. Holla at me.
Young.
That was a smooth little track, man. Maybe too smooth. It kind of put me on some love and relationship stuff. All right.
And it's not boring.
It's not boring.
It's not boring.
It's boring to me, man.
That was the first time I heard that one. I like it.
I like that. Yes, she always has some nice little mellow, chill, songs. Yeah. Yes.
Aiko. She kind of sound like Sizzle a little bit.
Yeah, she got that. Yeah, she got that little Sizzle feel.
She got that little Sizzle feel. Yeah. Man, but you know what? I like it. I like it.
I like it.
You know.
I do.
So before we go into that, right? I think the funny thing about what we got popping on We Talk Weekly, man, is it's starting to have town popping right now. We starting to buzz, Lady S. Man. We getting inboxes and stuff like that, man. I actually bumped somebody for this interview I had today. Because I've been trying to get this young lady, right? She's been busy, and stuff like that. So I'm like, I had to go in her inbox, slide in her inbox, like, pretty please. She's like, all right, I'm going to push still. You know what I mean? Pun intended, man. So we got the Sizzle. Holla at me.
We got the Sizzle. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Cardi B, she finally put pregnancy rumors to rest during a performance this past weekend on Saturday Night Live. Yes. For those of you who didn't catch it, I didn't catch it.
I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube. I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either. I didn't hear about this one.
She has a nice, firm, large baby bump.
Yes, that she been hiding, talking about let her fat in peace. No, Cardi, you pregnant. You preggers.
Prego. I know that's right.
So, she was performing one of her new songs that she just released off of her album she just released, Invasion of Privacy. The song is called Be Careful.
Okay.
So congrats to her and Offset. And she actually was on the Breakfast Club, I think today or something like that.
Okay.
And she was saying that, she was saying the pregnancy wasn't planned, but she didn't want to have an abortion. And she was like, I'm a schmillionaire and I'm prepared. So, did anybody get a chance to check out her album? Schmillionaire.
I heard one song. that I hated.
Really?
Oh wow.
She's talking about it's called like invasion, calling through your phone, and it's being alright to do that. Nah,
this album right here is the anthem for a lot of females.
I'm sure.
Is it?
Yeah,
This is like loving.
I'm getting the
This
feeling.
is like loving relationships.
Yeah, it is the whole thing because it's like even the Be Careful one that she just released. That's kind of like talking to her talking to Offset like Be careful with me. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I was confused even when I saw the clip because I saw it show up on the computer and the volume was down. So I see her in this white gown.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, did she get married or something? No, because it had a train on it.
Right.
Train. And then she got the microphone, like the old fashioned one. And she like looking like she's singing a slow song. So I'm like, what is going on? It's Cardi B. She's singing. So I hit the volume and she was rapping. And I'm like, is she pregnant? I'm super confused about that performance.
Because
she,
I saw this, see that.
Yeah, I like it.
She looked nice, but I was confused.
Yeah.
When you just looking at it with no audio, you think she's singing a slow song. It looked like a straight ballad, the way she's all pretty dope in the gown with the mic.
Yeah, because she performed 2 songs. The first one was the Bodak Yellow Bartier whatever the thing. Yeah. That was her, and she did that, and she looked more like her album cover, and she had like her stomach was covered up. So the second song was her actually revealing her, her baby bump. Yeah, but I listened to the whole album within an hour. She got collabos with Migos, Kalani, Chance the Rapper, Sizzle. It was hot. It's hot. Okay. I was feeling it. She even got like a little Puerto Rican joint on there. I like it like that, like a little. I like it. I was feeling it. And speaking of new music, my girl, Nicki Minaj, she's been tweeting. Oh my God. So, Nicki Minaj, she took a little hiatus. Did
they say what happened with her? Apparently they was looking for her, couldn't find her. She was missing from social media. Nobody heard from her.
Yeah, because she had made her last post December 31st, and she hadn't posted anything up until like a few weeks ago. I think she posted something. But I think she was working on stuff. She's been working on stuff, but she kind of took a break from
social media.
Yeah, social media and all that.
That's okay.
Yeah, but she tweeted she got 2 songs that she tweeted should be out this Thursday. So her fans, they can't wait. They can't wait. Oh, yes. So boxing great Floyd Mayweather.
Money man.
Money man. Yes. So he was partying at a club in Atlanta up until around 2 a.m. So he left the club with.
I already know what he's doing.
So he left the club with his entourage, and they had like 3 different cars. So I guess they were like following each other back to the hotel. So all of a sudden, according to the Atlanta Police Department, somebody pulled alongside one of the cars and just started dumping. Just was like shooting. Oh, man. So Floyd Mayweather's bodyguard, Gregory LaRosa, he sustained a gunshot wound to his leg. LaRosa. Yeah. So, and they were still kind of driving, and the shooter was still following them. So, when he stopped following them, they drove to a hospital where he was treated for his injuries, and then they released him.
I'm glad he's all right.
Yes, yeah. So according to a spokesperson for the Atlanta Police Department, this was not a random attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this wasn't a random attack. Yeah. But, Mayweather is fine. He reportedly wasn't in the vehicle that, was shot up. Right. So, yeah.
He got enough money to make all his vehicles bulletproof. No question.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So he shouldn't even been hit up. But
it's crazy. It's crazy. You can't even go nowhere. Like, it's crazy. So finally, according to TMZ, Chris Brown was out and about, but then, in the process of him being out and about, he goes off on a valet parking attendant outside of Tao, Los Angeles. I guess it's a Asian restaurant or whatever. But Chris Brown was caught on camera getting in the attendant's face and saying, "Yo, you trying to rape me? I should knock you out, but there's too many cameras around and this, that, and the other." So, I guess like maybe
Chris
he was
Brown taking that, man. Cut it out. You making too much money to be doing that stuff, man.
Yeah.
They used to be like, "Yo, don't make me Ike you." Now you gonna start saying, "Don't make me Chris Brown you," man.
I have heard that already.
Yeah. Oh, see?
Yeah, I have heard that, but
wrong,
Even Chris Rock took a shot at Chris Brown.
Chris Brown was mad at that. I see that. Yeah, he was upset about that.
Oh my goodness. But apparently this same type of scenario happened 5 years ago when he was outside of a bowling alley and he got into it with a parking attendant then. But recently he was supposedly horseplaying at he rented out this house for the Ultra Festival back in March 2018, and there was this picture of him supposedly horseplaying with another girl at this party, and in the picture all you see is his hands around her neck, and it's another female that's standing there that looks like she's trying to intervene, push his hands off of her neck. Mm-hmm. But the girl said they were playing, Chris Brown says they were playing, so it looked everything but that.
Okay.
So
don't make me Chris Brown you. Lady S. Dot, don't make me Chris Brown you.
Some women like being grabbed by their neck.
Yeah.
Lady S. Dot said it. She said it. Make sure you got safe word. Safe word.
Pineapple sack.
Make sure you got Schmeagle. You lived there. All right, no doubt. Here we go.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was a Sizzle.
And that was a Sizzle, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Charles Gregory, the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
And you're listening to We Talk Weekly's After the Talk with your boy Charles Gregory and the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
And we got Lady S. What we got coming up next?
We got one of my new favorites. I kind of like this song. I'm feeling Future voice on here. We got DJ Khaled featuring Jay-Z, Future, and Beyonce, Top Off.
No. You can stop it. That's funny. Hey, you safe word. That's funny. Oh, you press record on this joint. So what's good? Holla at your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm excited about this interview that we got coming up, right?
Yes.
Because we always talk about that whole, what we call it, black girl magic. Is that what we say about it?
Hashtag Black Girl Magic.
Hashtag Black Girl Magic, man. You know what I'm saying? And so this young lady right here has been busy, man.
Yes.
Busy.
She found time.
I know, right? Where does she find the time, to do what she does? And I'm just proud. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this lady, man. I'm proud of this sister, man. She doing some things, man. We'll talk. So who we got today?
So Jazmyn, she was born in Philadelphia. Shout out to Philly. What part?
I was all over in Philly.
Oh, okay. Right. I was going to say West Philly.
No.
But it's all good. But she grew up in Pensacola, New Jersey. She's been a classroom teacher of 7 years, and she's very passionate about teaching her students about their history and their identity. Jazmyn, she received her Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology from Spelman College in 2009. Yes.
Okay. Got that black magic right there.
Exactly. And received her Master's in Education from Christian Brothers University in 2012. Okay. And she spent her spring 2009 semester studying abroad at the University of Legon. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
In Accra, Ghana. Shout out to Ghana.
Shout out to Ghana.
Yes, because I know a couple people that's representing Ghana. So she's also a 2010 Teach for America alum and has future aspirations of pursuing her doctorates in education leadership.
Yes.
More money.
Yes, okay. She brings creativity and innovation into her classroom. She's created affirmations programs and international pen pal projects that leave her students feeling empowered and excited to learn. She fosters a growth mindset in her students by encouraging them to be resilient, strong, confident, and limitless. Her Jazmyn's inspiring and out-of-the-box teaching approach not only breeds strong relationships with each of her students, but also helps to create a strong sense of classroom culture. And her classroom style of teaching has been recognized and featured in the Huffington Post, BuzzFeed News, NPR News, Fox 29 News, NBC, the Today Show, and on and on. Okay, all across the nation. Yes. So she's recently had the opportunity to film a back to school commercial with Gap Kids. Yes, using one of her classroom mantras.
That's what's up.
Yes, the commercial was also coupled with a 5-minute mini documentary. So welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we're excited to have you. Yes.
I am excited for you to be here today because what you're doing for these babies, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So let's jump right into it.
Okay.
And I heard a few stories. You know, I don't want to try to revisit everything because you had tons of interviews, right?
Yes.
But I do, just for the sake of our viewers, let's talk a little bit about, you know, what encouraged you to create your mantra, so to speak, for the kids. And then we'll go into what that is and talk a little bit about what you do.
Okay. All right. So I've always been into affirmations,
Right.
into just positive affirmations for our kids, getting them to believe in themselves, getting them to see a level of themselves that they don't know exists, to see them at their maximized potential. And as a spoken word artist, affirmations just always came easy for me. With Push Through, I wanted my kids to get the concept of resilience. Like, you can do anything you put your mind to, like, be resilient. However, my particular group of students, they weren't really understanding the word resilient. So I substituted it for the words push through. Okay. And that was just our theme for the classroom.
I love it.
And one day I was home digging in my sock drawer, trying to find matching socks. And the words to the mantra were just pouring into my head. I took it into the classroom the next day and we ran with it.
No doubt. Push through. Why don't you go ahead and go through how that goes real quick, and then I'll jump into more questions because I believe that you know, our viewers would get something out of that, but I want to make sure that we have that for our documentation.
You want me to repeat it?
Absolutely.
Okay, you know it's a call and response, right?
Oh,
man.
And so basically I'm just asking you a series of questions and you're gonna say I'm gonna push through.
All right, no doubt.
So what if it's too hard?
I'm going to push through.
What if it's too tough?
I'm going to push through.
What if it's too rough?
I'm going to push through.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, what if you're just too young? You're going to say, that's not true.
That's not true.
What if you're not good enough?
That's not true.
I say, why? Because, and you say, I can do anything I put my mind to. Why? Because
I can do anything I put my mind to.
Right? Real quick, almost done. I say, I believe in you. You say, chin up.
Chin up.
Believe in yourself. You say, head high.
Head high.
When I say, tell me why, you say, I can push through anything I put my mind to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Short and simple. That's the quick version for you.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Now, how hard was it for you to, I guess, get the kids to understand that and be able to recite? You know,
it wasn't hard at all. You know,
sure.
when something is a passion of yours, it comes so naturally. So it wasn't hard. It took a lot of effort, but it wasn't hard. It was actually fun. It was something that we practiced every day, every morning. About 20 minutes in the morning. I took a little longer than I should have taken. But 20 minutes every morning, sometimes throughout the day. And after about maybe a month, it was easy. They just remembered it.
No doubt.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure the way they remembering Cardi B.
Listen, they can remember push through.
I know that's right. So that is funny. Yeah. Now, how hard was it for, I guess, the school to jump on board? Sometimes when you do different teachings, right, there's challenges with the infrastructure where you're in regarding the school. How hard was it, or were they accepting from the beginning?
You know, the school was really accepting of it. To be honest with you, they never even knew about Push Through until it went viral. It was just something that I kept as a secret with my classroom. I was one of the teachers who just stayed to herself and stayed to her class. And it was like my class and I, we do our own thing. We practice our own way of learning, and it was kind of like, we're going to leave Jazmyn alone. Jazmyn does her own thing. But once it went viral, when they found out about it, they loved it. They would send others into the classroom and say, hey, check out Jazmyn's class. She has these mantras that she does with these students. And so it was like a show and tell kind of thing.
So did you see any growth in the students from like the beginning of the time when you started to?
Girl, how long is this interview? So like it was because it was amazing. So I taught kids in the heart, the bottom of North Philly, right on 22nd and Norris.
Wow. Yes. It is the heart.
Shout out, and it was my most challenging year, to be 100% honest with you. But my babies, those kids showed so much growth, not even just academically, but interpersonally as beings, as people. They would say certain things to me like, well, Miss Wright, this assignment is hard or this is difficult. And I'm not going to lie, I want to quit, but I'm going to push through today because I know that is what I'm supposed to do. Right. Or they would come in saying, I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night, but I'm going to push through. Or they would use it to encourage each other. It was, there were times when we would have independent writing assignments. And one kid, when they in their writing and when they were free writing, most kids would free write about, I want to be a superhero when I grow up. But they would write about, hey, there's a purpose inside of you and you have to do your best so that your purpose can come to life and that you can be your best self. And it's like, wow, I taught you that.
No, that's right.
But it changed the way they spoke. It changed the way they interacted with each other. And it changed like the culture of our room. So it was beautiful.
That's awesome. Just to imagine like these students when they get older and what they'll become because of what you taught them. That's so
dope. That's dope.
That's awesome.
So how was it the first time you seen, because I think I was watching something and they had a special where, I want to say Iraq or Iran, Dubai, somebody, they actually was reciting it.
I'm talking, Push Through so far has been, to my knowledge, in 15 or 16 countries. It's been translated into Arabic, French. I got an email recently that is going to be translated into Spanish. I was in Bangladesh for 3 months working on a short-term project, post Push Through. And I was told from someone there who I don't know that, hey, Push Through has been translated into Bangla, their native language, and they use it at a homeless shelter for children from ages 5 through 17. And whenever I just hear that someone else in another country is using it, it's just like, wow. I remember specifically one time I was told that they were doing Push Through in Bahrain, and it was translated into Arabic. But in my mind, I was like, I don't know what's more humbling or cool. The fact that someone is doing it in Bahrain and it's translated in Arabic, or the fact that I found out about it from a complete stranger who teaches in Saudi Arabia. It was just like, oh, God, what's going on right now?
Yes.
So that's the uniqueness and the randomness with Push Through. You never know where it's going to come from next, from someone else.
All of that is humbling. I mean,
it was cool, man. It's scary, though.
I know that's
a lot of pressure on me,
But you know what? And, I believe that you're one of those, we since I have a nonprofit in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, and Project STEAM, but when you talk about just, empowering the youth and the children and being able to say that I'm going to leave a legacy, that's big what you're doing. You can leave something that's going to internationally touch the world, the globe. I mean, that's amazing. So kudos to that.
Thank
I
you.
want to transition a little bit into some of the newer things that you're doing.
Okay.
So I seen, what is it, TED Talk that you're doing?
I did a TED Talk recently on March 24th. TEDx, but still. TED.
You said TED. TED, right? Got the red dot on it.
Yeah, little dots on the dot. It was cool. My first time on the dot.
So how was that? What was that one about?
Well, you have to wait till it comes out.
Wait till it airs. Okay. So we make sure that we get it first.
I'll let you know when it comes out. But it was unique. It was unique. I tried to just be a little bit out of the box with a TED Talk and try to infuse my teaching experiences in my talk to try to inspire the audience.
Okay.
So,
no doubt. That's great. Now, spoken word. Talk a little bit about spoken word, and you did this other talk.
Which one? I did a lot of talks.
Which one is that? I mean, you talked about one of your inspirations, and you did a talk.
The Maya Angelou?
Maya Angelou. You're talking about Maya Angelou. And so what, when you talk about your influences, and you just being a spoken word artist, right? How influential was Maya Angelou to what you're doing today?
To be honest with you, can I choose someone else in that Maya?
Absolutely.
All right, so India Arie. That's my girl right there. I want to collaborate one day.
Most underrated artists.
Listen, I am one of her Instagram stalkers, okay? I want to comment until she recognizes who I am.
Hold on, 1 second. India Arie.
Where are you, girl?
Push through to her inbox and holler at Jay.
Okay. But actually, she was my original affirmation. Okay. So she has this song called Beautiful Flower. And when I taught second grade a few years ago, that was the affirmation for my classroom. The kids were singing that.
Wow.
So I love who she is as a spirit, as a being.
Yes.
I love the way she thinks. I love her aura. I love her spirit. I feel like she's my artistic mentor. So listening to her music is healing for me. So she's just, I don't know, she just taught me a lot as a poet and as a being, as a woman. So I love her.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Who is Jazz?
Who is Jazmyn?
Yeah.
That's a deep question for the round. Not even prepared for that one. You know, the funny thing about that answer is kind of weird how, like, push through is happening at the same moment where I'm trying to find that answer. If that makes sense. That's why push through isn't about, I feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason. Push through isn't about the kids. It is about the kids, but it's for me, myself as well.
Yes.
I'm learning who I am at the moment because who I thought I was has changed since push through went viral. Because I'm learning also that there's a purpose. And I knew that I had a purpose for my life.
Okay, right.
But, okay, so I remember teaching my kids during the school year that the theme for our room was, what will you do to make a difference in the world? And we would talk about how it's important to leave your legacy behind, and you're not too young to make a difference. And, you know, you're going to pass away, but there's going to be something that you're going to leave behind that people will remember you by. I had no idea that, you know, once push through went viral, that applies to myself as well.
Right.
So that's the question that I'm currently still trying to find the answer to. I'm pushing through to find that.
So do you believe you know your purpose, or you feel like that's what do you feel like you're living your purpose?
I feel like I'm living my purpose. Yes. Okay. And I feel like I know my purpose. You know, my purpose is to basically do what I'm doing now and to trust the journey. Sometimes I can be hard on myself and say, listen, push through was 2 years ago. You should be doing this right now. You should be doing that. But I trust the journey, and I trust God, and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be because I trust the God in me. So I'm good. I'm exactly,
I know that's right. Sizzle love that one right there.
Yes. That's like, you're really touching me right now.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, what's the hardest thing that you believe when we talk challenges and you pushing through? What do you believe your hardest challenge was with what you're doing?
With related to kids or with myself?
Period.
The hardest challenge is myself. If that makes any sense. So for push through, right? It's so easy for me to get up in front of audiences and talk to them about what push through means and how they can do it and how they should believe in themselves and how to see themselves as a certain light. But when I'm home by myself with my cat, my door's closed at night, I can't push through. So the challenge is sometimes I'm like, are you a hypocrite, Jazz? You a hypocrite. How are you going to preach someone and tell someone else to push through when you can't even write this poem because you're telling yourself that you can't do it? It's just like the hardest challenge is I don't know, just feeding and seeding into myself like I do into others.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge that I'm dealing with at the moment.
You know, it's interesting that you
I'm my biggest critic.
Yeah. So I think we are talk about what we do and us being kind of pit against the majors and these monsters in terms of media, right? And just a little independent company, but we're making some headway, right?
Yeah.
And so, I'm gonna just back up a little bit,
all right?
Because you're a hero to a lot of the kids, right? At this point, if you were a hero, who would you be and why?
Like, you mean like a Batman kind of hero kind of thing?
Absolutely.
I don't really get into it. Does it have to be like who are the heroes these days?
You can make up one.
I can make up one.
What would your power be? Your superpower be?
Exposure. Exposing people to the greatness, to their maximized selves. Like the TED Talk, I talked about mouse. You know, this is going to sound corny, but you're not just any mouse. You're Mighty Mouse. You come with these certain kind of powers if you just know who you are. Like The Matrix, my favorite line, he's like, know thyself. And then once Keanu Reeves he knew who he was, he started doing all these moves. Because he knew, look at the wrist. All because he knew who he was. Like, that would be my power. Like, to just touch you and you'd be like, I am somebody. I am this. I can do this. So exposure of self. would be my superpower.
You're doing that.
Yeah,
You are
absolutely.
doing
Listen, I did push through with the Eagles. They pushed all the way through to the Super
Yes, they-
Bowl.
shout out to the
Okay.
Eagles.
that. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, this John is power.
Yes. Yes. And it's spreading all through the Philly sports
It's
teams.
cool. Yeah, how about it? How
Right.
about it? A little trickle push through.
Yes.
If Michelle Obama was to walk in
I'm
here
gonna
right
meet you one
now,
day, Sean.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
First Lady Michelle Obama, if you're watching this, holla at us and push through
Right.
Right.
So when she walked in right now, tapped you on the shoulder, what would be the first thing you would say to her?
After I stop crying,
I know that's right.
yeah, I would ask her to be my mentor.
Mm.
That's it. I would legit ask her to be my mentor because I would like to learn from her. She's so graceful.
I know, right?
Oh my
And I'm pretty sure with all the Obamas have gone, I'm pretty sure there's so much stress that we as just civilians, we have no idea what they went through and what they're currently going through. But it doesn't show in who she is. And she's so positive and graceful. And you know, she says when they go low, you go high. Like, well, how do you do that, Shell? Let me talk to you for a little bit.
Exactly.
So I would just ask her to be my mentor so I can learn.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And so, I think I questioned you to death. I got a couple more questions.
Come on, shoot them off.
I know that's
I got
why
a couple
love it.
minutes left in my parking lot.
I know that's right. And so, check this out, right? And so, we asked this question, right? We asked this question to all our people, right? So, you got to dig deep.
All right, I'm going to try to do what I can.
Push through.
Push through a little
There you
bit.
go. Now, tell us one thing,
Okay.
right, that no one else knows about you that you can tell us right now. We talk me.
No one knows.
No one else knows. So dig in your little Birkin, your Gucci, your Fendi, or whether your Coach, whatever you have, dig deep.
It can be anything.
Anything.
Man, that's how many minutes I got?
We talk weekly, y'all.
Yeah. Let me think. Like something I like to do or what I want to do.
Push
like
through.
that's a broad.
Hold your head up
kinda-
high and push through.
Okay. I love words. I love words. I don't care if it's a quote. I don't care if it's a poem. I don't care if it's whatever. I love words. And I'm passionate about them, right? I have a dream of one of my, and I do slam poetry. So I have a dream of one of my poems being featured in a song, like with a rap song, like a regular song. Like it's like the and maybe on the album, like the interlude to the album kind of thing, or just you got the chorus, but maybe the poem is the chorus. Like I have this big dream of my poem being one of my poems being in mainstream.
Wow.
Because that's how powerful I think the messages are.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
you threw away all my other questions because this is what I want you to do.
What's up?
Spit something right now.
That's what I was
No!
getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say.
No! Boy, bye.
Yes.
Push through.
Here's
All right, let me
some
hear you something. Let me hear something.
spoken word. Something.
I mean, how many
Something.
minutes?
You got about, give me 2-3 minutes.
2-3 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I got this poem that I love. It's called Fairy Tales.
Okay.
I don't believe in fairy tales. Hope I remember the words.
Okay.
I don't believe in fairy tales. You see where I'm from? Fairy tales are simply scary tales. Reality checks of once upon a times of non-happily ever afters. Mufasa's, abandoning little Simbas. Leaving Nala's as single parent mothers. You see where I'm from there? No Cinderellas. No fairy godmothers. You see, mothers can barely buy food and pay electric. So that makes pumpkin carriages unrealistic. Clock strikes at midnight, so that gives 12 reasons why glass slippers are replaced with glass pipes and ballroom dresses now stripped to butt naked where prostitution strips of integrity. See, I honestly don't believe in a fairy tale. That's all I got for you at the moment.
I was on the edge of my seat.
No, that's right. I honestly,
That was so.
But
I
I do
don't want
like
to say
fairy
I'm
tales,
left
though.
speechless. I honestly don't think I have any more questions.
Yeah.
I think I mean, what's your vice? Well, everybody got like a little quirk about them. What's your vices? And, you
I
know,
don't know. I ain't playing for these questions.
and there you go. Because I told you, this is our thing, right? When we talk
Yeah.
about independent media, right?
Uh-huh.
The one thing that we have to do, right,
Okay.
is to be a little different than what we might see.
Yeah.
You've been interviewed tons of times, and I watched a lot of them. I was
Yeah.
like, these are amazing.
Thank you, brother, for supporting.
Absolutely. got to. Black girl magic. Got to, you know?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's about if someone is watching this and hearing about you,
Uh-huh.
that they didn't hear already. What are those? What are those questions? What is it about you? We want to know more about you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what about me?
Where do you
I
see
struggle.
yourself in like the next? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Great question. There you go.
I was gonna say the next 5 years. Like, where do you see yourself?
A dream of mine is to travel and speak. Right, so I have a nonprofit called the Push Through Organization, and my dream is to take whatever I implemented in my classroom, throughout the years, and have it replicated across, like, nationally and internationally.
Right.
I see myself as the CEO of this global curriculum, where I just, and my job of it would be to just travel. And go to Nigeria to see how it's looking in Nigeria. Go lead the empowerment conference there. Check on the program, see how it's going. I have a book coming out. I had a book deal. Go Jazz.
Yes.
Go Jazz. Okay, yeah. So with with that book deal and that book coming out, the goal, and it's the children's book written version of I'm Going to Push Through. I want to see that in every child's hand and adult's hand all over the world. All over the world. And that's where I see myself. And the funny thing is, whenever I try to envision my life, like, Push Through is so random that things just change for me, y'all. Like, next week I can get news that something else is happening and you need to do this. Like, it's just so random and so, like, everything is a surprise. So I have, what I'm saying now could potentially not even happen because my life could go on a different trajectory in 5 years. So I don't know.
No doubt. Well, I can tell you with 100% certainty, you got new fans, and we'll support you 100%. Keep pushing.
Thank you.
You got to promise you come to the show. Come back to the show.
Yeah, I'll come back.
And I would love to, I'm a wardrobe stylist, right?
Oh, okay.
I would love to style you for one of your red carpets.
Oh, definitely. You got my word. I was looking for a stylist too.
So let me know. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
All right, no doubt. So we appreciate you coming to the show. Do you have any last words? And after you do your last words, tell us where they can find you and all that good old stuff.
No, I could just say where you can find me. Just send me an emails. My website is www.wepushthrough.org. It's my nonprofit's website. On social media, Twitter, Instagram, you can find me at just_Jazmyn, JASMYN. And my Instagram for my Push Through page is pushthrough.org.
No doubt.
That's it.
There you go. Well, thank you.
Thank you for having me. That was fun.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Chuck Gregory with the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
And this is WPBMLP Philadelphia 106.5 FM, and you're listening to We Talk Weekly's After the Talk, and we everywhere. If you ain't there, you a square, man. But I don't want you to go anywhere. We'll be right back. What we got coming up next, lady? That's Dot. Cardi B. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Right after Cardi B. Holla.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
That was cool.